2 days ago, April 2, 2026, President Trump signed an executive order that sent shockwaves through boardrooms from New Jersey to Tokyo to Basel, Switzerland. A 100% tariff on imported prescription drugs, not a proposal, not a threat, done. And if you think this is just another trade war headline, roll past, stick with me. Because buried inside this order is something that will affect what drugs exist in the future, which biotech companies survive, and potentially what you pay. Welcome back. This channel breaks down the biggest stories in pharma and biotech for students, investors, scientists, and founders. Today, we're going deep on the most consequential drug policy move in a generation. The details are where the real story lives. Let's get into it. Over the past year, the Commerce Department ran a Section 232 investigation into pharmaceutical imports. Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act lets the President impose tariffs on imported goods if they are deemed a threat to national security. The findings: roughly 53% of patented drugs sold in the US are manufactured outside the country, and only 15% of active pharmaceutical ingredients, the chemical building blocks, are made domestically. The administration calls this a national security vulnerability, but the fine print is full of carve-outs. If your drugs come from the EU, Japan, or South Korea, the tariff drops to 15%. The UK just struck a separate deal: zero tariff on British drug exports. And MFN deal commitments can lead to a 0% rate through 2029. Big companies like Pfizer and J&J have been quietly cutting these deals. They're largely insulated. The companies who are not fine, the mid-sized biotechs, those with no lobbying army and no leverage to strike deals. A single branded pharmaceutical might cross 3 or 4 international borders before it reaches your medicine cabinet. It starts with APIs manufactured in India or China. Then they are purified in Europe, and finally packaged in the US or Puerto Rico. Building a new manufacturing facility in the US takes 5 to 10 years and billions of dollars. This is not a fast process. If you're an investor, large cap names are shielded. The real volatility is in mid-cap biotech. Watch for companies without MFN deals. For founders, this creates strategic questions about supply chains. Investors will start asking about your manufacturing calculus from day one. For patients, the long-term goal is lower prices. But in the short run, some specialty drugs might become harder to access. This is less a trade war and more a leverage mechanism to force pricing concessions. Big Pharma has already played ball. If you found this useful, drop a comment below. Subscribe to track the lawsuits and onshoring timelines as they evolve. Next, we'll look at the AI drug discovery boom driving the IPO rebound. I'll see you there.